Masking is a really essential skill in Photoshop, and there's so many different techniques to do it that sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but it's really important that you understand that it just comes down to the subject. Whatever the subject is going to determine what technique you use when you're masking. And the first technique that we're going to talk about is the quick mask. The quick mask allows you to use your paintbrush to mask, so it's really useful for things that have organic and irregular edges. So if you take a look at this composite project I have here, we have a couple of different layers. We have our background layer, right? Then we have the layer that has the lamb on it. And originally the lamb was on a background, right? So by using masking, we were able to cut that lamb out of its background. So the quick mask is, like I said, great for things that have irregular edges, and I'll demonstrate it on this bunny. First, what we're going to do is go to our paintbrush tool and make sure that black is our foreground color and white is our background color. And we want to make sure that our opacity is at 100% and our flow is at 100%. And remember our really helpful shortcut keys for changing brush size, which are the left and right brackets, which are located above your enter and return and quote keys. And now we're ready to begin. First, click Q on your keyboard to start painting in quick mask mode, and as you'll notice, everywhere that I'm painting with this transparent red color is what is eventually going to be selected. Now if I zoom in really close, you'll notice that the edge of my paintbrush is really soft and fuzzy. Sometimes that'll work for an object that has like a soft fuzzy edge to it. But if you have an object that's going to have some harder edges, for instance the hard edge of the bunny's eyeball, you'll want to use a hard edged brush. Now the cool thing about the quick mask mode is that you can easily use the smudge tool and your paintbrush to fix the edges of your mask if you aren't thrilled with how they look. Okay, so I'm just going to really quickly paint in this red mask. I'll just cut out the bunny's head. And then I'll use my smudge tool to kind of soften the edge of the mask. And then I'll turn it into a selection. Okay, so there I have my bunny. Now I'm going to use the smudge tool. And watch, I'm smudging to create the furry effect on my mask. And now I'm ready to turn my mask into a selection. To do that, I'll hit Q. Now, to turn my selection into a mask, I can click on the layer mask icon located at the bottom of the layers panel. It's a square with a circle inside of it. And see what's happened. Everything that was red on my layer mask has been erased. And you might be thinking, well, I thought you wanted to cut out the bunny's head and erase the background. Well, we can still do that. You'll hit Command I to invert your layer mask. And there you have the bunny's head, and you have a transparent background. Now you can drag this bunny onto a new project. So let's open up a new window here. And what I'm going to do, I'll put these two windows side by side. What we'll do is get out my square marquee tool, select the bunny, and then go over here to the layers window, click and drag this layer onto my new document. The advantage of that method is that I still have all of the picture information, so if I eventually wanted to bring back the bunny's body, I could easily do that.